And the category is Alex Trebek's Jeopardy replacement. Well, I'll take Mike Richards for 1,000 and follow that up with a where is in advanced negotiations. Now, if that was too much Jeopardy jargon for you, let me break it down. The iconic game show is reportedly very close to naming its own executive producer Mike Richards as the permanent replacement for Trebek. Now, it's not official, but it all sounds very promising, so let's dive in. I'm Anna Rumer, and this is Pop Culture Social Call. Not to bring up our collective national tragedy, but Jeopardy has been in a state of flux after Alex Trebek died in November 2020. They've been bringing in really cool guest hosts like Anderson Cooper, LeVar Burton, Katie Couric, and Aaron Rodgers to fill the gap, but we've all been wondering what they were going to do when it came time to get down to the permanent host. It's kind of an impossible task, I will say that. A lot of people grew up watching Trebek on the show, and how do you find someone who does the same thing that he does without doing an Alex Trebek impression? I think a lot of us have been treating these little guest host stints as public auditions, and a lot of people were really impressed with Richard's stint. So when Variety reported he's in advanced negotiations to step behind the podium for good, I was both a little surprised and a little not surprised. Obviously, he knows the show like the back of his hand, but I could have sworn they were going to pick Ken Jennings. With the most consecutive Jeopardy wins ever with a 74-game streak, he's also got the show's highest gross, bringing in $2.52 million just in the normal games. He's got kind of a cult following, he was the first guest host they brought in after Trebek, and I just kind of thought, well, chalk that up as an L for me. Or maybe half an L. Jeopardy is still reportedly not taking everyone else out of the running while it negotiates with Richards, although he's the frontrunner. Other big names reportedly in the mix are Mayim Bialik and 𝐒𝐿. Now, I loved Mayim's stint, she really nailed it, and as an actress, she's super fun and charming on camera. 𝐿's another Jeopardy legend, and he did a great job too. I really don't think we can lose with any of the names that are out there, as long as it's not Dr. Oz. Now wait, Richards is the Jeopardy EP, but hosting, where did that come from? Good question, me. He was actually a game show host first, previously hosting Divided and Pyramid. He was also the executive producer of the Let's Make a Deal revival on CBS, and was a co-EP on The Price is Right starting in 2008. By the time he made his way to Jeopardy, he had produced more than 4,000 hours of game shows, which is almost as much time as I spent watching game shows in quarantine. Too soon? Also a fun little Easter egg for us lovers of the early aughts, he hosted Beauty and the Geek in High School Reunion, which is an instant yes for me. Obviously nothing is official yet, they just have to keep us waiting, but this all seems pretty promising when it comes to getting the show back on track. Look, no one can replace Trebek in my heart, but someone's got to get behind that podium, and Richard seems like a great guy to do it. We'll keep you up to date at popculture.com with the latest on Jeopardy hosting, and I'll see you next time on Pop Culture Social Call.